Welcome to the HIV Podcast. Each week we focus on a person, historical event or pop culture moment linked to HIV and explore the story of what actually happened. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Jess, and between us we've been working in the field of HIV for 40 years. Our aim is to get as many people as possible HIV educated.
Welcome to the HIV Podcast.
So Sarah,
Thank you.
those dulcet tones were Ben.
Well, thank you, Ben, for your time.
I know,
Excellent.
and welcoming the world. That's what I'm calling it now, Sarah. 175 countries. We're welcoming the world.
We are welcoming the world. So well done, Ben. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. And as we said before, if you want to get involved and you want to welcome everyone to the HIV Podcast, send it over in a little voice note. Just whack it over to us. We'd love to hear. Sarah, did you have a lovely Christmas?
Yes, I did. Thank you very much. Always goes too quick, doesn't it?
Oh, I know, so fast. Although it's like now, at the moment, we're in the midst of that, it's like the land that time forgot.
Twixmas.
Oh, that was this. You taught me this last year, didn't you? I'd already forgotten that.
Yes, we're in Twixmas.
So it's not called Betwixtmas, it's just called Twixmas.
No, just Twixmas, isn't it?
I have no idea. Well, Merry Twixmas to you.
I think it's called Well, I've always said Twixmas. Oh my God, have I been pronouncing this wrong? Twixmas.
No, start a new thing, Sarah. It's your own thing. It's Twixmas.
But is it Twixt or Twix? Because I obviously immediately think of the chocolate bar.
Oh, I don't know.
Wait, Miss
Okay.
Harding. I'm going to have a look.
Are you Googling it?
It's going to be my New Year's resolution. Fact check everything. No more us two looking stupid. No.
Oh, this is going to be a long podcast, isn't it then?
It's Twixtmas with a T, everybody.
Like betwixt in between.
Oh, but then they said Twixmas, also known as the festive gap. Oh, I don't know. I'm not fact checking. That was a stupid New Year's resolution. I'm going to come up with something else.
Okay, well, I tried to Google it, and apparently The Guardian have gone with the headline from 2019, UK increasingly shuns sofa for outdoor activities during Twixtmas.
Yeah, with the T.
Yep, they've gone with a T. Anyway, now we've bored everyone to death and they're not here
Let's
anymore.
not use Twixmas. It's like Hollybobs, isn't it? It's just not for us.
It's not Drama Llama podcast, no.
No.
No Drama Llamas.
No, we just save that for our working lives.
Yeah.
Not for this.
Well, I hope everyone's had a lovely Christmas and thank you for joining us if you're here on our end of year special. I'm calling it a special. I don't know why I call it a special every year. There's nothing massively special about it. I think the main speciality of it is that we're probably not going to talk about HIV that much.
Well, we haven't done in the last one. I'm trying to think back.
Yeah. In old Gaza. Yeah, in old Gaza.
Just carry on that tradition. We'll make people think it's all about HIV.
Yeah.
But it will just be stuff. We're just indulging ourselves.
Do you know what we are, Sarah? We are, because we're going to celebrate the podcast in this episode a little bit. So what a year we have had. What a year 2023 has been for the HIV podcast. And let me sum up just some of the year for you, right?
Okay.
So we have produced and obviously put out 51 episodes. We only missed 1 week. Sarah really enjoyed this when I asked her recently how many weeks there were in the year. I had to check. There were 52. She just laughed. She didn't even answer.
Is that what this was for?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Our top episode of the whole year was HIV Explained, and it was streamed 253% more than any of our other episodes.
Really?
Yep. 92% of our listeners found us in 2023.
Well, that's massive. Well done, everyone.
I know this is the year for us, and I know I mentioned it before, but I'm going to mention it again. We are now listened to in a unbelievable 175 countries around the world. People are definitely sharing the love with their friends, family, colleagues, acquaintances, because 83% of our listeners came from like a direct link.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is just a little snippet. We're going to do some more later, Sarah. I'm like one of those Christmas specials where it's like, oh, later we'll come to this. I've got these Christmas crackers to bring out for you. I'm calling them
Christmas crackers.
That's what I'm calling them. We're going Christmas bloody crackers on the HIV podcast.
Okay.
One of my Christmas crackers. Do you know what I've got for you? Something extra special. We've talked about him for many, many years. Sean, our boss, I asked him what some of his favourite things were.
I thought you were going to say Ollie Johnson, and I was just like, we do talk about him a lot. No, we talk about Sean, our boss, more.
Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear? So
yes.
like a roving reporter, I went and stalked him down. I've just accosted Sean in his own home, haven't I, Sean? I've arrived.
Yeah, you've arrived. Yeah.
I'm arrived.
I'm a real person. I'm actually here. Yes.
We're here together with his adorable dogs, I have to say. They are so cute. They're giving mine a run for their money, to be honest. But Sean, tell us, what has been your favourite thing about the podcast this year?
I mean, there's been so many. You've done a fabulous job. I'm so proud of what you've all achieved. So thank you very much. I mean, first of all, the growth of the podcast is tremendous across the globe. So well done for that. I love the banter. I love the energy. I love it. What really gets me up in the Friday morning, I always look forward to it. It's my first thing I turn on a Friday morning. So because you've got so much energy and so much synergy. But also on a serious note, you're tackling some tough topics, but in a fun, educational way. And you really put a really positive spin on things as well. So I think you've done a fabulous job to really educate people about what is HIV. So you've done a great job there. I love to mention your mum. I'd love to meet your mum. I can't wait to meet your mum.
You're going to have to meet her, Sean. She listens on a Friday in the bath. Apparently, in the bath.
Oh my God, that's in my mind now.
You might have to give it a go. Do it. Bath on a Friday morning with a podcast.
No, and also fantastic being shortlisted for the awards. You've done so much in the, you really have worked really hard, and I think it's paid off. And so well done.
Oh, thank you so much, Sean. So everybody, like Sean said, Sean, our boss, he is real, and that was him. And hopefully we're going to hear from him more in the new year.
How lovely was that, Sarah?
It was amazing. I like to think that you had your headphones on and you just charged into his home and took him hostage.
I actually went there under the guise of work and then burst into his home and was like, right, shoved a little microphone in his face. Let's sit down. He was just like, oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, thank you, Sean, for taking the time to do that. We do appreciate it. And how nice for everybody to hear what Sean, our boss, sounds like.
Oh, it's just so professional, isn't he? And articulate.
Loveliness. I have another amazing clip for you. I'm not going to tell you who it is, okay? I'm just going to play it for you.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
So I have accosted my mother, the lovely Benalicious. So Bernice, tell me some of your favourite things about the podcast this year.
Well, it's really difficult to actually pin anything down.
Is it because it's all such nonsense that it's difficult to remember what's actually happened?
No, I love all the nonsense. No, there are various different things. I think one of the biggest things was that I took from the podcast partly was you equals you, because I'd never even heard of that before. I had no idea at all. So I think that's one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, and I do like the series you've done on different people. It's just so interesting finding out about different people. One of my other highlights has to be Condiment Corner. Little did I know I would become famous for Condiment Corner.
I know, and the debate rattles on. The debate absolutely rattles on. Well, in the office between me and Sarah, as many things do, you know.
But finally, I just have to say that the last thing I ever expected to find out on a broadcast to the world, was my daughter's favourite word for her vagina.
The birth of the Kraken, right?
Well, it wasn't the first thing I thought you'd be talking about.
I don't think anyone thought we'd be talking about that, to be honest. I feel like I'm just grateful that people have stayed listening. But do you know what I was about to say? I forgot that I wasn't chatting with Sarah, and I was about to say, tell me your favourite name for your vagina. And I thought, let's not do that. Mother and daughter, let's not, eh? Let's not do that.
It's a bit far.
It's a bit far, isn't it? It's a bit far. Well, Happy New Year, and thank you for adding so much to the podcast this year with your little tips and tricks. I remember even last year when you told us all in the summer to buy our thermals. So, you know, keep them coming. Keep them coming. That's what we want to hear. But Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to you too. Have a wonderful 2024.
Oh, she's lovely, isn't she?
There's old Berners wishing us all a good New Year. She's not wrong about the Kraken, though, is she?
What her?
That she probably just didn't want to know.
Any parent wants to know what their children call their areas. I don't want to know what my boys call theirs.
Imagine if one day they listen to this and they ask you about, like, Audrey. Oh, no, you're Velma, aren't you? You're Velma. And they're like, so, Mum, talk to us about that. Because remember, they're going to they might listen one day. Who knows?
Oh, no. God, I'd never thought of that.
That's put a new spin on it. I can literally see the cogs going in your head of like, oh.
That's my New Year's resolution, not to overshare on the podcast.
Okay, that's a good resolution.
Oh, please tell me that Bernice was naked in the bath when you did that interview.
But that is how she listens. Have I never told you that?
No, I did not know.
Maybe we have lots of naked listeners.
Oh, well, we might do. Who knows?
Anyway, so what have you got any like? Obviously, you might not, but do you have any like highlights or favourite things from this year?
No.
All right, then. So we're going to move on to my next topic on my notes.
Oh, what's the highlight?
What shall I let you have a think? Shall I let you have a think while I
need to go back through all the episodes.
Well, I'm going to help you with that.
Go on then. That might be the better way. Don't put me on the spot. I can barely remember what I did yesterday.
That is true. And it has been, like I said, 51 episodes. That is masses.
Yes, maybe the highlight for me was spending all of that time with you.
I was almost going to calculate how many hours we'd had to spend together to do this. And I thought, no, because I feel like you'd be probably upset. Like, what, I wasted all that time hanging out with you.
All of that unproductive time. No, it's a blessing, Jess, to spend all that time with you. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. Love it. So, again, like I said, my little Christmas crackers, what we're going to move on to is, I'm just going to give you, this is like a more detailed rundown of more amazing things that 2023 has, what we've done with the podcast. So, we were invited to be judges for the British Podcast Awards. We collaborated with other people. We were on Outcast UK podcast twice, the HIV Matters podcast. We did 4 mini-series, Blackmail, Porn, Disclosure, Romania. Remember Romania?
Oh my gosh, I do remember Romania.
Yeah, we hit our 100-episode milestone, which was amazing.
Yes.
We did a Passante giveaway. We've been sponsored by AuraQuick. We had some amazing handmade chocolates made by Mark Tilling that we sent out, didn't we, recently? We hit #1 in the podcast charts in Paraguay. Do you remember that debacle, Sarah? Where you couldn't even remember what it was called, the country. You know, we put live HIV tests for a podcast and we filmed them. We met fans. We got some amazing treats sent to us, mainly chocolate buttons. So, you know, Sarah was doing well this year.
Yeah, keep those coming, people. They are very welcome.
Yeah, we collaborated with our listeners on our special WAD episode about disclosure. We were finalists in 2 categories of the Independent Podcast Awards. I know everyone knows that. I'm never going to stop banging on about it. And lastly, I'm going to say it again, we reached 175 countries. And I think that's bloody amazing. What an achievement. But in amongst all of that, Sarah.
Yes.
All of that. Do you know what I think? One of the things that we have done most this year.
Said a lot.
Oh, actually, that is probably more than what I was going to say. Yeah.
Okay, what have we done? This is why we should never come into things unrehearsed.
Yeah, we never rehearse, do we? That's the thing. We never rehearse. People are probably like, yes, we are well aware of that. So, ironically, us talking about this, the one thing that I think we've done the most is we have laughed the most.
Oh,
I would say that's definitely what we've done. And so what I decided to do was play you some of the clips from the podcast. Again, not about HIV, probably. Some might be, some aren't. That still make me laugh. Some of the ones I've just picked out some little highlights to play you, just to remind you of some of the good times that we've had this year.
Oh, lovely. I love this.
Yeah. Are you going to welcome us?
Slightly put off by the fact you looked right into your camera and, ugh.
Oh, I was looking... Oh, I did. I was looking at my own hair and being like, oh, that looks awful. But I realised to you, that just looks like I'm looking at you and going, ugh.
That is unnecessary, isn't it? Well, hello, welcome to the HIV podcast. We always have trouble starting it, don't we? Which is why we're getting other people to start it now. Once we get going, we're good.
Yeah, I think that's the point. I think it's, you know, that's why we needed the other people to, just hit that button and they say it for us. Okay, so here's the next one.
The ballet company tell Rudolph, you've got to go straight home. You're wanted for a special performance at the Kremlin in Russia. And he's suspicious. And he's like, I don't buy this. I'm just not.
Well, I mean, it's like them going, so we've organised a very special party and you're the only one invited. And you're like,
Yes.
really? That sounds a bit like it's not true. Like, jeez.
I know. And so they try a different tactic. So they say to him, your mum's ill. I know.
They're horrible. Just
But I think the thing is, if the KGB to you, that person needs to be out of France now, you know, they're going to cause us huge embarrassment. You're going to try anything, aren't you, to just kind of obey them?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I probably would have just tried, right, the KGB are pretty pissed off with you. And I'd be like, okay, I'm off. So I'll just get home now. Yeah. So, a bit of Rudolph Nureyev.
Oh, that was a good episode, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, it really was. And I stand by that. Just tell people the KGB are after you. They'll leave any country.
I know. It's quite shocking, actually, how Russia operated back. Well, how they operate now. But back then.
Don't get us in trouble, Sarah.
How they operate in general. It's very shocking. No, they're actually what a kraken is, the sea monster, the mythical sea monster that you like to associate with your own area.
Yeah. A powerful force to be reckoned with, mysterious, you know, lurking down below. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay.
Is that kind of...
That's how I like to think about it. So I thought I have to add a little bit of Kraken in there. The Kraken had to appear, right?
Yeah. But I still don't get why you want people to think it's lurking.
But it is lurking.
I'm very aware when we're in the office together that it's lurking.
Lurking, one eye on you. What a horrible, horrible vision.
Always watching me.
And it's like one of those pictures wherever you go in the room, it's always looking at you.
I hope Sean's listening to this.
Well, it'll take the heat off you from last week.
He'll understand the stress I'm under, constantly being spied on.
Okay, this one, I don't know what this is. This is from HIV and Risk, okay?
Okay.
It's episode 87. God, we're going way back, you know.
No pictures asking us if you're too small or too big. We're just two women.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't know everything there is to know about penises. So don't bother yourself sending us pictures.
Yeah, no unsolicited dick pics over here. No, thank you. I think that should just be maybe a sign on our door or maybe the sign off on our emails.
Oh, yes, it should be on our emails, definitely. We should have it all over our website.
That's literally one of my favourite clips of the whole year. I just did not know you were going to come out with that. And it's just the very calm way that you say it. We're just women. We can't know everything there is to know about penises. Just no. No, thank you.
But I like that people think we do know everything. Like that is our area of expertise.
Yeah, but we stand by that. No unsolicited dick pics. That still stands.
Oh, I do not want pictures of anything to do. I mean, I still don't understand people. Well, maybe it's just that I'm just a bit of a prude, but I can never imagine sending a picture of my area to people. And yet other people are very happy to send them to us.
People don't mind at all. I think they prefer that to almost sending a picture of their face.
Yes.
It's bonkers, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. I've got more.
Okay.
I told you all the Christmas crackers, right?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sean. Happy birthday to you. It's Sean's 60th birthday. Oh, do you think you'd want me to mention his age? It's Sean's birthday.
I think he'd be fine with that. Happy birthday, Sean. I can't lie to you. I hate the happy birthday song. That was so painful just to sit through.
What?
I'm
There's
sorry.
nothing bad about the happy birthday song.
I don't think I'm alone in this either, right? I do not think I'm alone. And Sean probably won't be honest because you've just been really kind and sung to him. But I feel like I actually think it's more cringy. I cringe so hard it hurts. Either singing it, but I think it's more cringy having it sung to you. And you just have to stand
but
there.
that's because you're the centre of attention.
Oh, I hate it. But also the tune is quite difficult. It's just horrible. Everyone sings at a different key. Ooh, I hate it. But anyway, happy birthday, Sean.
Yeah. Oh, see, we focused on his birthday for about 4 seconds and the rest of the time on why you don't like that song. I bet that made him feel really special.
We diverted instantly. It was an instant. Happy birthday. Right, moving on to our opinions.
Oh, well, you will be pleased to know that me singing that happy birthday to him secured me a 10-year contract with TVPS and a 50% pay rise. So,
Oh, that's what happened. I'll probably get demoted, won't I? He'll be like, Jess wasn't into it.
no, he's very fair. He's very fair. So, no, there's no demotion involved in this. But equally, there's no long contract or pay rise for you.
Disappointing.
Just
Christmas.
Any of our funders are listening. None of that is true.
Yeah, it's a good shout. She's just messing. She just likes to wind me up.
I didn't
Sean,
get anything, but
yeah.
Sean did say thank you. Don't know, maybe he sent me another handwritten note and a handmade gift, Jess, like he did last year for Christmas with my hamper.
How rude. Do you remember what you started last year? And then in the end, bless him, he felt he had to send us a
I
hamper.
know. I felt
Is that what you're
so-
trying to force again? More presents. Sean, ignore her. It's fine.
I felt so guilty because it's like, oh no, no, didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, that was lovely, but no, I didn't want to guilt trip him into anything.
Oh, goodness. Right. I've got another clip from HIV and UK children. Right. What I mean by that is at a boarding school, children they're totally in your care. They're sort of kept captive by you, literally. I know, consentingly. I know it's
I
not
think that's pretty much how boarding schools sell that service. We're going to keep your children captive for most of the year and charge you 40 grand for it.
I should be advertising for them.
Eton College is just down the road. You should get onto them.
But do you know what I mean? If you were going home every night, say it was like a regular public state school, and you're going home every day, your parents, are you still dying with laughter about boarding schools?
Just your view on them on boarding schools. Just all kept captive. It's amazing.
That's sort of how I
no.
feel about it.
Oh,
But if you're going home every night, if you're in like a school where you're not boarding, then you're probably going to be chatting to your parents about what's happened that day. So at a boarding school, you've got even less opportunity. That's sort of what I meant by holding them captive, as in. But the children don't have a choice, do they? They have to be there.
no, they don't.
So that's my feelings on boarding school, everyone. Kidnap, essentially. And I stand by those views, Sarah.
Amazing. They weren't tears of laughter, Jess. They were actual tears at a potential funding partnership ruined with the most expensive school in the country.
Yeah, so the moment in that where it's really quiet is literally just Sarah like creasing up laughing. She just
Honestly, it's just like, you know, when we're identifying organisations across Berkshire that we can work with, and Berkshire's got some fairly affluent areas, so
yeah,
including Eton College.
Yeah, fingers
But
crossed
that
they don't
relationship's
listen.
wrecked.
Well,
Well,
do you think? I think fingers crossed they don't listen to the podcast.
yeah, maybe they don't.
But now what I've done is double the chances that they might find that clip because I've now added it into this episode as well as it being in that episode. So I sort of see what you're saying. I'm just continuing the foot in mouth thing.
Yeah. What'll happen is that clip will go viral. And then the head of Eton College, I don't know what they call them, will get on the phone because assure us that they don't hold anybody captive. But I do get what you're saying. They can't go anywhere, can they? They're there.
That's all I'm saying.
That episode was shocking because what they did with those children in that school was then test treatments on them for their haemophilia without even parental consent.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not literally saying that's what boarding school is. I'm saying that's my view on it.
Yes, Eton College I don't think is like that. Oh, it hurts me, Jess. They're literally, I practically see Eton College from my house.
They might be like, oh, she's hilarious, her japes. They might like it, Sarah. Fingers crossed. Should we move on to another clip, shall we?
Yeah.
We are trying to normalise something and we cannot do that if it's constantly just, talked about like something absolutely shocking. I don't think I could be in shock that often, Sarah. I don't think I could be in shock for half an hour every single week.
No, God, it'd be very wearing, wouldn't it? And everybody who listens regularly will know that me and you are not drama llamas, are we? No.
Oh, that needs to be our new strapline under the podcast, Sarah. I think that's my favourite thing you've ever said. We are not drama llamas. The HIV
No.
podcast. No drama llamas here.
It's true. We're not.
Yeah, true. Do you want the next one? You're like, yep, tick.
Yep.
Still not drama llamas. Let's go. Okay, what do we got now? Oh, we're nearing the end. An urban myth. You know the ones where it used to be like an alligator like lives in your toilet or something? I still get a bit terrified sometimes that something might bite my bottom. Do you not?
No, I've never once thought an alligator is going to come up through my toilet and bite me. No, nobody does. I bet now
You?
everyone will be, what?
I do.
Do you?
You never think that something might come out the
No.
toilet. Oh.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, an alligator, definitely not. It wouldn't be able to fit.
What about a
We
small
don't
one?
have alligators here, Jess.
No, but they would no, but so the urban myth, isn't it, that like a zoo or something like flushed one down the toilet. Sarah, I know it's not true. It's the same as my fear of clowns, my fear of tsunamis. I know we live like inland. There is no sea. When I tell people I'm terrified of tsunamis, they're like, "But you live in the middle of the country." It's not the point. It's an irrational fear. Do you not have
Right.
irrational fears?
I don't think I do, because I'm a normal grown-up.
Savage. But fair
Do
enough.
I have irrational fears? No, I don't worry about tsunamis or alligators or what was the other one?
Oh, so my biggest fears
Oh,
are
clowns. Bloody
yeah,
clowns. We've had
sex
this
trafficking
before.
as well.
Sex trafficking. What,
Sex-
as in you would be trafficked?
Yeah, terrifying.
But how are you? That is
It's,
irrational.
again, irrational fears.
No, I do not have these. I don't think.
Oh,
Oh, I
you must
know.
live such a charmed life. Can I just point out how evil your laugh was in that, Sarah?
No, and I've thought about it a lot since, because I was like, it's quite a sweeping statement to go, no, I don't have irrational fears, and nor does anyone else, Jess.
Yeah.
When clearly quite a lot of people do, because they got in touch with you.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the biggest differences between you and me is I don't
Oh no.
think I have many irrational fears, whereas you have a million.
Yeah, that's true. That is quite true. And they change, One day one might think be an irrational fear, another day maybe it's something else. But yeah, my takeaway from that was your evil, evil laugh. Yeah, it was like that. Yeah. Where I told you I would have to go to the toilet in the garden and you were literally like, yes, amazing.
Oh no, I stand by that. Nobody in this day and age should be going to the toilet in their own garden.
Well, I'm not, but it's just that you told me that rats might come up my toilet. So that was like
But
adding.
that could happen. So that's a rational fear, isn't it? Because they live in sewers, they can come up pipe. So yes, I would
think we
completely
need to-
understand that.
You're scaring people further.
Oh,
Yeah, let's not do this just before New Year, Sarah.
do you know what? I mean, I've wanted a way to kind of show people how we are very, very different in situations. We went to an event a couple of weeks ago, just before Christmas. It was a crowded room. We had it was like a community event, so we're there obviously sharing the work that we do at TVPS and BU, our LGBT group. I'm just like, it's a bit claustrophobic, isn't it? And a bit, everyone's close together, but fair enough. You, like, we'll never get out of here in a fire. It's just like, I hadn't even thought about a fire. And that is the difference between the two of us. I thought I was risk averse. You are off the scale risk averse, which is not a bad thing.
Well, it's where my brain goes instantly. My brain literally went, well, we'd all just burn to death, wouldn't we? But then is that because my house was actually on fire when I was a kid and I was in it?
Well, yes, it could be. Yes,
So is
maybe
that,
it is linked to
you know,
that.
I was instantly just like, wow, getting up here, aren't we? This is terrible. There'll be a stampede for the door. We'll get crushed
And
to
we
death.
worked out a route
Yeah.
to get to the fire exit.
Flip the
between
table,
us.
weren't we? We were going to flip the table, push everyone out the way.
Well, I think what I said was, there's a gap there that we could go through, and then we could go through that door. Whereas you're like, we'll just step on these people behind us and get to it that way.
Yeah.
Push them out the way.
I don't think it's that I'm risk averse, because I think I guess I do cold water swimming. I suppose that's risky in other ways, but I think it's more that I'm always think there's going to be, I catastrophize. I always think something terrible. So I'm always prepared.
Yes, which I get. Whereas, yes, things like cold water swimming, I would never do that. You can die from cold water swimming, Jess, from the shock.
And
I'm not going to
am
put myself in that.
extremely careful, I would just like to add. Extremely careful. I'm well aware of all of the cold water risks. I would not be encouraging anyone to just go off and go cold water swimming and think everything's going to be fine. Like, definitely don't do that. Like, get in touch with a local group, chat to them, go and do it with somebody.
Yeah, I just wouldn't do it. It's just, that's too risky for me. Plus, think of all the things in the water.
Oh, but where I swim, so I don't go in the river because obviously Thames water have absolutely ruined the rivers. So I go in like it's like a freshwater lake.
But there's
I did see
still
a lobster.
What?
I saw a lobster the other day.
But what, they can bite. There'll be
know.
fish in there. There'll be little tiny things you can't even see.
I
There'll
don't
be
mind.
rats. There are always rats near water.
I think I can swim faster than a rat.
And that is something we'll be putting to test in the
Next
new year.
year.
Or we could do a
challenges.
sponsored race. A rat versus Jess.
But swimming?
Yes.
Okay, I'm up for
I
it.
don't know how you get the rat to go in a straight line.
Yeah, it'd be quite chaotic, wouldn't it? Maybe the rat would swim first, we'd time it. Then I would have to match the route of the rat.
Yes. Well, we can do this. We can make this happen.
Okay, perfect. Love it. My last clip, Sarah, that I have for you. You ready?
He went on to say that porn films typically end with ejaculation on the actress's skin. You're the expert. Is that true?
Well, I guess, because, like, because if without being crass, right, if you're coming inside someone, you're not going to see that, are you? So we could all just pretend, couldn't we? Like, so I think it's about probably boobs, maybe face, butt. Just listing places.
Anymore?
Feet, hands. You could catch it. Could catch it, couldn't you? Ooh. That'd be sexy. Then rub it all over you. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know. This is again descending. A little year of laughter, Sarah, is what we've had.
I know, and we've learnt so much. And I still didn't ever get to the bottom of why it would be sexy on someone's feet.
Oh, I was just listing places. Some people have a foot fetish, don't they?
Oh, that is true.
It's quite common as well. I mean, I don't. Jesus Christ. But like, not that I'm not judging anyone that does. I think I'm the opposite to that. I couldn't bear the thought of someone like sucking my toes or something. That it literally makes me want to vom.
Oh, yeah, no, me too. That's just not
And
up
I
there
think
in my
I'd be
top 10.
scared I'd be quite fearful that with my size 2.5 feet, someone might just swallow it. Be gone. Straight down the gullet.
Oh, no. Because Ben, your partner, is quite tall, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah, he is. He's a tall man and I'm a very small lady.
Oh, which in itself probably gives some complications. But yeah, no, don't get him near your feet.
No, I've told him, absolutely not. You get away from there.
Oh,
That's what I say. What are we doing? Where are we going?
I don't know. We're bordering on. We're not bordering. We are oversharing.
Yeah, we really are. But yeah, they're just a few little clips, just a few. There have been so, like you're saying, actually, we've learnt so much and we've laughed so much. And I feel like I just cannot wait for 2024 and what our new year will hold. And one of the things, obviously, I read out earlier a ton of different things that we've achieved. Wouldn't it be brilliant if we could win the Podbible listener polls in the new year?
Oh, yes, that would be amazing.
It would be amazing. And again, we know our chances are probably very slim, but that doesn't mean we can't try and we can't hope and we can't, go for it. So again, if we can just ask you all just to take a moment, maybe you sat around with your friends and family, send them the link. Just ask them to vote for the HIV podcast. I mean, don't have showed them this episode. I feel like this is a poor representation of what we do.
Yes, there are better episodes.
Yeah, we will acknowledge
You'll have to
that
search
ourselves.
quite hard to find them, but it's worth it in the end.
But this is so please do go and vote for us. We would absolutely love that. So voting actually closes on December the 31st and the results are announced the first week of January. So I was just saying, wouldn't that be a nice way to kick off 2024?
Oh, it would. It would be a really lovely way. Do they have like a ceremony? Can we plan our outfits?
I think they just put something on social media, but why don't we plan a ceremony?
Well, I think we should just do that anyway, Jess.
Yeah, for us. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Maybe we could win our own Listeners' Choice Awards.
Yes. Best HIV podcast in the world.
yeah, we've got lots of exciting plans and we're just really looking forward to it. And so I suppose the last thing to say, I know we're always like joking and stuff, but we just, I suppose, wanted to say some really big thank yous to just everyone, every person that's part of our amazing HIV podcast community that's made this year so amazing and who have helped spread HIV and awareness and helped spread the You Equals You message and have kept listening and kept normalising HIV. And I actually can't believe how much this podcast has grown in a year. It's literally blowing my mind that we're sat here at the end of 2023. That's all I got, Sarah. I'm just going to finish in the middle of a sentence. I've got nothing else.
That was abrupt.
I ran out of batteries. I was just like, ugh.
Oh, no. Well, I will echo what you say then. Thank you, everybody. We couldn't do this without the support that we get from the community. It's about everyone else. It isn't about us at all. And I wish everyone a lovely new year full of happiness and good health.
Oh, yes. Or should we try and say Happy New Year together? We never managed to say things
Right,
together.
this will take hours, right? We haven't got
No.
long left in the day today, but this is going to take about 4 hours now.
Are you
isn't
ready?
it?
I'm just going to count us down and we're going to do it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
We didn't even start together. Thanks for listening to the HIV Podcast. If you enjoyed our podcast, please like, rate and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts.
You can now also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at the HIV Podcast for behind the scenes insights and video. The HIV Podcast is produced by Thames Valley Positive Support.